In a world where automotive design often prioritizes function over soul, one name is roaring back from the golden age of driving to rewrite the rules. The 2026 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. This isn't just a car. It's a resurrection, a poetic blend of past and future that dares to dream while staying rooted in nostalgia. If you've never heard of the original Karmann Ghia, you've missed one of the most beautiful love stories ever told between engineering and art. First born in 1955 through a collaboration between Volkswagen, German coach builder Karmann, and the iconic Italian design house Ghia, the Karmann Ghia was more than just a coupe or a convertible. It was elegance in motion, wrapped around the dependable bones of a Volkswagen Beetle. And for nearly 2 decades, it captured the hearts of drivers around the globe. Now, fast forward to 2026, and the legend is being reborn, not as a retro toy, not as a tribute, but as a fully electric, forward-looking sports coupe that still manages to echo the soul of its origin story. The question isn't just what's under the hood. It's how do you reimagine an icon for the EV age without losing its identity? Volkswagen seems to have found the answer. With whispers and leaks turning into louder conversations, the 2026 Karmann Ghia is rumored to bring back everything we loved about the original. The sweeping roofline, the 2-door profile, the tight proportions, and fuse it with the cutting-edge technology of Volkswagen's MEB platform. Imagine a car that wears the classic Italian-German curves of the 60s, but moves with the silent, instant power of an electric drivetrain. From the front, you're greeted by a modern interpretation of the horizontal grille, refined and minimalist, but unmistakably retro. It's not trying to shout. It's speaking in smooth, confident tones. Angular LED headlights slice through the design, replacing the old circular halogens with something sleeker and sharper, but not too sharp to break character. This is a vehicle that walks the line between classic cool and contemporary tech with precision. The bumper is aerodynamic, maybe even sculpted to mirror the air-cooled simplicity of the original, but now functional, cutting through wind like a blade. Walk around the side, and it's impossible not to notice the iconic 2-door coupe silhouette, that graceful slope from the A-pillar to the rear fender. But here's where things get poetic. In some renders and prototypes, the C-pillar disappears entirely into the bodywork, making the roofline appear almost unbroken. It's elegance, pure and distilled. Every line on this car is purposeful, flowing. A long, sloped windshield blends seamlessly into the roof, while the rear glass curves into a fastback finish. It's the kind of silhouette you don't just see, you feel. At the back, things get more dramatic. Where the original had modest oval taillights, the 2026 Ghia evolves with LED-powered reinterpretations. Perhaps circular, maybe stretched into new shapes, but unmistakably a nod to the past. Paired with a flush, sculpted trunk and a low-slung stance, the rear profile finishes off what can only be described as automotive art. It's not trying to be aggressive. It doesn't need spoilers or fake vents to prove its performance. It knows what it is, a timeless shape reborn for a new world. But the Karmann Ghia doesn't just look the part. It plays it too. Let's talk powertrain. The base variant is expected to come equipped with rear-wheel drive, a single electric motor producing 250 horsepower and an impressive 380 newton-meters of torque. That's enough to push the Ghia from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just about 6.5 seconds, a figure that matches many entry-level performance cars today. And it's not just quick, it's silent, smooth, and unrelenting. Whether you're cruising down a coastal highway or zipping through tight city streets, the EV motor delivers torque instantly and effortlessly. Range anxiety? Not here. Thanks to a 77 kilowatt-hours lithium-ion battery, the Karmann Ghia can travel up to 515 kilometers on a single charge under the WLTP standard. That's enough to get you from Los Angeles to Las Vegas and back, with enough juice left for late-night detours. But what if you want more? Enter the GTX trim, Volkswagen's electric performance badge. Here, the game changes. A dual-motor, all-wheel drive system sends 400 horsepower and 610 newton-meters of torque to all 4 wheels. The result? a 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time of under 4.2 seconds. That's sports car territory. And yet, it's wrapped in the form of a vehicle that still respects its vintage soul. It's the kind of performance that turns heads not because it's loud, but because it's smooth, clean, and shockingly fast. Whether it's the whine of the motors, the grip of the AWD system, or the near-instant acceleration, this version of the Karmann Ghia could go toe-to-toe with Tesla's Model 3 Performance or the Mustang Mach-E GT, and still win the style war hands down. Step inside, and the surprises keep coming. The interior is expected to blend retro inspiration with modern minimalism. Think circular analog-inspired digital gauges, possibly customizable ambient lighting in warm tones, a wide horizontal dashboard layout with recycled, sustainable materials, and a large infotainment screen embedded seamlessly into the center. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto? Check. Over-the-air updates? Absolutely. VW's latest software suite, potentially integrated with voice-activated controls, cloud navigation, and driver profiles, will make the driving experience feel both futuristic and familiar. The seats will likely be low and sporty, but with enough cushioning for everyday usability. Expect vegan leather, open-pore trim, and maybe even some body color accents that echo the exterior hue. But it doesn't stop at tech and speed. Volkswagen knows its customers care about safety, and in the 2026 Karmann Ghia, you'll find a full suite of driver assistance systems, from adaptive cruise control and lane centering to emergency braking and pedestrian detection. It's the fusion of past and future, the romanticism of driving, modernized with the technology of tomorrow. And here's the kicker. This rebirth isn't just about one car. It's a symbolic revival. Volkswagen is reaching into its heritage, dusting off its legends, and preparing them for the EV revolution. The Karmann Ghia could be the spark of something bigger, a reintroduction of brand identity in a world where many cars are starting to feel like smartphones on wheels. This car is different. It's emotional. And while it's built on modern foundations, it speaks to a generation that still values beauty, simplicity, and soul. Will it be expensive? Probably more than your average electric hatchback. Estimates suggest the base model may start just north of $45,000, while the GTX could flirt with $60,000 or more depending on options. But for what you're getting, history, heritage, and high-performance electrification, it might just be worth every penny. For collectors, enthusiasts, and everyday drivers who want something unique and timeless, the 2026 Karmann Ghia won't just be another EV. It will be a statement. So if you thought the age of romantic cars was over, think again. Because in 2026, one of the most beloved names in automotive design returns, not as a relic, but as a revolution. And this time, it runs on electrons.